Training 2, training dogs to walk in the street with this Master Hal. This training to teach the dog to walk in the street accompanied by his master only and even close to him and not be away from him while walking on the street, whatever the reasons or temptations. After the year of the training word for this command Hal, in order to ensure that the animal is not exposed to any accident while walking with you on the street and to get more of compliance with any order issued to you after that, and must be adapted to the dog to be the right walking position to walk next to you and close to the left foot and to the rear slightly. The trainer takes the dog out of the leather ring and then puts it on the side of the left leg and moves it forward. At first, the trainer says that this word is always preceded by pronouncing the dog's name. For example, Rex is with me. In motion, pull the dog well from the collar so that it is perfectly attached to the foot. And walk for the first time to a distance of not less than 5 meters and then say stop or stop, and then after a minute the trainer returns to walk and utter the word Hal and at the same moment moves. Repeat this training several times in a walk and then stop, and so once the dog keeps it with the movement in the straight line, try the same training but be walking the dog in the shape of a circle, and if memorized repeat training in zigzag zigzag and then try to walk the dog next to you without holding the ring. He does not say no. At the same time, when it is done correctly, the word joy is called yes, and so on. Then walk the dog suddenly and then stop and clap it with the word sit. You will find him sitting immediately on the bench, and then say the word Hal to start moving next to you, and this latest training is called automatic Hal sit Hal. If you go and wanted to stop the dog to say sit first, if the dog does not respond you stand but continue to walk and called on it strongly and angrily sit sit, and do not stand until the dog complies and stands, and then repeated training to keep the dog without using the collar. Training 3, training the dog to sleep steady on the ground. Is a training lesson to teach the dog to sleep on the ground so that the head up and the front legs extended to the front and back legs in a relaxed full position and forward with the base on the seat and the entire abdomen on the ground, and when hearing the word training down, hold the chain with the left hand and then sit the dog first on the sit seat, and then pull the chain slightly with a tilt towards the dog from the front with your right palm lift as if you hit, and then say the word down or sleep loudly and strong with the chain pulled down with the left hand, and at the same moment move the palm to the head. The dog finds it bending to the front and help him tighten the front legs of the left hand for to sleep in the situation, and then leave it so, and then after about 2 minutes call come to you and then called him again and suddenly down to get used to sleep alone. After the dog learns the situation well, we begin to teach him to sleep in death mode to call the word down stay or death, and at the moment press the right shoulder of the dog with a strong push to the right side with the repeat of the order of death and loud voice in every appeal until it settles. The dog has a body on the ground so that he is asleep on one side and his head is completely stable on the ground and the 4 legs are extended to the imam and are dead. After the dog learns the situation well, we begin to teach him to sleep in death mode to call the word down stay or death, and at the moment press the right shoulder of the dog with a strong push to the right side with the repeat of the order of death and loud voice in every appeal until it settles. The dog has a body on the ground so that he is asleep on one side and his head is completely stable on the ground and the 4 legs are extended to the imam and are dead.